the lawnmower, and it's like, why? Soon as I get ready to start, y'all, Grand Rising. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, okay? Whatever it is to and for you. Um, we are getting ready to start Rising Wisdom to start today. Yes, I'm late. Yes, it's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, but nonetheless, I am here. I'm here. I had to get some things straight with my son. And then I really was, ah, Sunday I don't do the topic of discussion or insight. Good morning, Melvin. Good morning to you. So it really throws me. I think I'm gonna start doing topic of discussion and insight on Sundays. I'm gonna take about 7 days to debate on it, and we'll see. Um, but I don't do anything extra on Sunday outside of these, just to give myself a break, okay, to give myself some time to regroup and prepare for my week. Because on Sundays, that's usually what I typically do, prepare for my week ahead. So we'll see. We'll see how I flow. Okay. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back to my channel, okay? Um, Tomorrow is the 18th. Tomorrow is the 18th. So I'm doing the giveaway tomorrow, okay? I'm giving away 2 self-care, self-healing gift boxes, okay? Now, these gift boxes are a gift. However, they require you to do some digging, okay? They require you to do the work, okay? These are gift boxes that require you to do the self-healing work, because ultimately it's your journey. It's your journey. It's your path. So you always have to do the work for yourself. It goes without saying. Other people can help you, they can guide you, they can assist you along your path, but ultimately it's a you thing, okay? I love you back. Thank you. Hey y'all in the chat, hey there. So tomorrow, August 18th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when the drawing will be, okay? I'm doing it live, and anyone that is on that live can be put in that drawing. For my day one people, if you can't be present at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to put you in that drawing, because I think that's only fair, because you've been around for a while, okay? So, and I love y'all, so I can't do y'all like that. All right. However, if you don't want to be put in a drawing, let me know, and I won't put you in there. Or you can just not respond to the email when I email you, or whatever the case may be, if you win. Okay? So, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All that I ask is that you keep it respectful in the chats. Please and thank you. Don't disrespect anyone in my chat. Please don't disrespect anyone on my channel. Okay? Of course, Melvin. Hi, Brother Joseph. Hello, you guys. So, Rising Wisdom to start your day is basically just a positive affirmation to get you started on your day, to continue on through your day on a positive note, okay, to help redirect you if you get sidetracked, or if you run into a little obstacle or challenge, okay? In a way to sort of take the day by the horns, baby, and keep moving, okay? Alexa, down one. So I'm going to get a positive affirmation. Then I'll get a mantra, a morning mantra affirmation for you guys. Now, if you haven't been here in a while, I don't do readings. I do not do readings anymore. I haven't done readings in a month now. It's been about a month now. So, FYI. I do, however, still offer spiritual coaching sessions, one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions, okay? The information for all that can be found in my About section or down below in the description section, okay? Email me for more details, okay? And my email is there as well. All right, y'all. And I'm never going to email you and say, oh, book a session. I'm never doing that. I've never done it. I've never emailed or messaged nobody to get a reading when I used to do readings. I would never do that. I don't solicitate. I don't do that. So it's at your own will, at your own discretion, however you feel necessary, when you feel necessary, okay? Y'all, so for the month of August, my goal, I set a goal for my channel every month. I do that every month, all right? And for the month of August, my goal was to reach 2,000 subscribers. So shout out to y'all, okay? Because y'all did that. But I went over that. And we in mid-August. So I went over that. So next month, I'm going to set my goal a little higher than what I set it for. Because at the beginning of August, I was at 1,400 subscribers. So shout out to y'all. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. I appreciate your love, your support, your comments, your likes, shares, subscription, memberships. Okay? I told y'all we grow better together. We all here to learn from each other. So it's not a me thing. It's not a you thing. It's a us thing. All right? So we're going to go through the healing process together. All right? So, all right. Let's see what's the positive affirmation for you guys. Okay? Gratitude. Look, listen now, and I'm sitting here showing y'all gratitude and appreciation. You got mindful, not natural observation here, and growth. Oh, come on now, what I just say? We grow better together. Growth at the bottom. Okay, I ain't mad at it, baby. Okay, mindful melting exercise came out with gratitude. Okay. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. I believe last week we talked about the mindful melting exercise. It's basically where you sit in solitude, in a silence. I prefer silence, okay? Hey, Elizabeth. How you feeling, love? I prefer silence when I sit in solitude. So you do as you please, okay? It can be outdoors, it can be indoors. You can turn on your meditation music, your jazz, whatever it is that calms you, that calms your spirit, okay? But the mindful melting exercise is basically when you sit in solitude and you just allow yourself to completely relax, practice deep breath techniques, find your inner calm, like completely, entirely, okay? And you want to do that so that you can listen. You want to listen and just pay attention. Pay attention to the energy you feel. Pay attention to your emotional state. Pay attention to how your body feels, okay? Pay attention to what your body is speaking to you. I always recommend that you use a notepad, okay? For when you in that state of calm and you in that state of tranquility, you always want to have a notepad so that you can write down whatever comes to mind when you're doing that, okay? Because it may be something that you may need to work on. It may be something that you may need to take action on. You'll never know, you know? So you don't want to be in that calm state and you know, and then you come out of a calm state, or you got somebody that barge in. I'm telling you, just don't forget. Okay? But I'm going to read this to you and take it with you, okay? Revisit it. All of these videos are in the playlist section. So visit the playlist section on my channel. It's the Rising Wisdom to Start Your Day, which we do every single day, okay, in the morning time, just to get you on your day, started on your day on a positive note. Topic of discussion and insight we do every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday evening, okay? What's your perspective of love and why are usually topics around love, relationships. And those are every Tuesday and Friday, okay? And I did it that way. I could have added more days to that, but I did it that way because I don't want love and relationship to be your primary focus while you're going through a healing process, okay? If anything, self-love should be your primary focus while you're going through a healing process. But that's why I did it like that, okay? So gratitude, it says exercising gratitude has a positive calming effect on our well-being. What did I just say? What were you just talking about? I'm gonna read it again. Exercising gratitude has a positive calming effect on our well-being, especially during times of stress. By taking the time to mindfully and truthfully show your appreciation for someone or something, and to voice how this person or thing makes your life better, this focus on gratitude can quickly put other feelings of negativity or stress in a new perspective. Okay, and it does. So don't take that for granted. So the affirmation is, I am grateful for all the people who care for me and enrich my life. I am grateful for the wonderful and varied world around me and the chance to live in it. I say that's, yeah. I said just say thank you. Just say thank you. Don't ask for nothing. Just say thank you. Okay? That's, somebody just need to say thank you. Okay? They said, did you thank God today? Just say thank you. Don't ask for nothing. Just say thank you. That's so crazy. Just say thank you. Y'all, so I tell y'all all the time how I do very intentional every morning when I wake up, right? So I speak 3 prayers, Psalm 27, 91, and 23 every morning before I get out the bed. After that, I do my own prayer before I get out the bed. This every morning. And when I get in the shower, after I get out of bed, I do another prayer. I do that every morning. That's my morning routine every single morning. It's been that way every single morning for the last couple years. Every single morning. So, and every morning I pray anyway. I've been that way. I've been that way all my life. So I just added 2 after having a conversation with one of my elders. And I don't know, this could be relevant to somebody, but take it as you want, as you will. But I had a conversation with one of my elders, and she called me out of nowhere. And I was doing I guess you could say a little studying. But what I was studying and reading and going through was I ain't gonna show y'all, but my book of Psalms, right? That's what I was studying and reading through. And then it turned out She in the process of doing the same thing. Why was she calling me? No, she calling me and she doing the same thing. But she was saying something to me in reference to the Book of Psalm. So I was like, okay. So I took a picture of what I was doing and I sent it to her. She said, "That's what you're doing right now?" I said, "Yeah." And she was like, "That's crazy. I didn't know. I didn't know." She didn't know that's what I do. A lot of people don't know what I do. But when I tell y'all I study these books. I don't be telling y'all stuff just to tell y'all stuff. I read these books. I study these books. I just bought another the other day I just bought another Bible, another King James version Bible. Because I needed it. I feel like I needed it. And I was gonna order one. But one thing about me and books, I don't like ordering the books. I like going to the bookstores. I like going to Barnes and Noble. It's my favorite bookstore. But I like going to the bookstores and touching the books, feeling the books. I need to feel the energy. I need to. It's gonna call me. What I need is gonna call to me. So that's how I pick my books out. All right. So somebody may need to do some studying. Okay. But through that conversation with that elder, it's an older woman in my family. She actually my cousin, my mom's first cousin. But she used to help take care of my mom a lot, did a lot for my mom. And she always been like the mother of our family, even of older people. So I'll listen to her. She one of the only older women in my family that I'll actually listen to. And it's cause she know God for herself. She knows, she's aware, she's like I'll listen to her. And there's other people in my family that know God for themselves, within themselves. I'll listen to them. And these are women. All women in my family I can't listen to because their mindset ain't right. They mindset not right. So I can't even hold a conversation with them. You hear me? But there's some women in my family that very much know God. So I'll talk to them and I'll listen to them. I'll ask them for advice. I'll accept their prayers. And I tell y'all this before, you don't accept everybody and to pray for you. You don't do that. Okay? Everybody's prayers ain't what you think they are. So be careful who you let pray for you, who you let pray over your life, because they could be praying some of them demons they got on them onto you. So you always want to be mindful of the energy of the individual that you are allowing to pray for you. Don't let people put hands on you. And I was taught that at a very, 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 very young age through my grandmother. So at a very young age, I learned that. And you can't pray for me. I told y'all about some stories about rejecting people's prayers. And I don't mind. And I don't mind telling you why I'm going to reject your prayer. I don't mind. I've had people bust out and start praying for me out of nowhere. And in my mind, I'm praying to stop whatever they praying to, because you didn't ask permission to pray for me in my energy. You didn't ask permission to do that. And if I don't trust you and I don't trust your energy or your prayers, you can't pray for me. Because I know God for myself and within myself, and I know my intentions. So I don't mind reaching out to pray for other people. I'll pray for people nonstop, but I don't allow just anybody to pray for me. I was taught that at a very, very young age. So, and my grandmama told me why. She taught me, my grandmama Gloria. I'm telling y'all, that lady gave me some game, some spiritual game. But for real, you just know who you got praying for you. Because a lot of people be in church and they'll be in the energy in the moment of they done caught the Holy Ghost or Spirit, and they in there and they in the flow of things, and you'll get caught up and somebody will start praying for you. They'll go right into prayer, start praying for you. You got to be careful with that. You have to be mindful. You can't be that in the moment where you're not alert or aware of who's laying hands on you. And God will kick in immediately. I done walked away from people at church, walked away from people from praying for me. Yes, absolutely. Because God will kick in that moment that you in your moment and to tell you no, don't let that person lay no hands on you. So you just be mindful, okay? Grand Horizon Enchanted Star. How you feeling, love? Hey, Crazy. But yeah, you just want to be mindful of that. You don't let people just put hands on you because it sounds good. You don't want to let people just say, road bike, honey. That's a conversation for you and God to have. Oh, Enchanted Star, I love you. Thank you. Cause you beat me to it. But yeah. I feel amazing. I feel amazing. Thank you for asking, honey. So yeah, you just, I don't know who needed to hear that, but you be careful who you let put hands on you. And I ain't talking about a physical altercation. I'm talking about who you let pray for you. Okay? Just, ooh. Ooh, Juggalo. Ooh, you know what? I might do a topic of discussion tonight. Because this ain't supposed to go into that. But that's a good question. Juggalo said, why do Christians block everyone trying to reach out for answers? The most simple answer that I can give you right now, just to keep it on the surface level, we diving into that question. Because we talked about that the other night, about people going to supposedly godly people or Christians and they not getting the answers because I was one of them. When I was in my search for God and I was in my search to grow in my faith, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you, is they don't like answering the questions because they don't know the answer. A lot of people be out here, they talk about God, they say they religious and they say they this, and they're really truly not. They may want to be, but they don't have the answers. That's why they can't give them to you, because they really truly don't know God for themselves yet. Not how they should, because if they did, they wouldn't have a problem giving you those answers. You should never turn someone away from learning about God. Never. You don't never do that. You ain't never supposed to do that. God's people gonna show up. They ain't gonna have no problem having them conversations. And did you hear me? Let me say it again. God's people gonna show up. They're not gonna have a problem answering those questions or having those conversations. I said God's people. I didn't say no particular religion. Okay? God's people. God's people come from all different types of religious backgrounds. Okay? I'm telling you. God's people. Not no religion. I didn't say nothing about religion. God's people. I'm telling y'all. That's why I tell y'all I'm not religious. Because religion separates people. Religion causes division. That's not good. That ain't good. That's not godly. That's not godlike. Because God's people bring people together. They don't separate them. So, but I'm telling you, we gonna get into that. Listen, y'all gonna get me started. I love talking about God. I love having these type of conversations. Because what people really think they know, they really have no idea. But it's all about growing in your faith. And even if you are religious, it's okay. But like I say, be religious and upright. Be religious and say you don't know what you think you know. Say you're not sure, you're not aware, and learn better. Learn better. Study the words that you read in these Bibles, in these books. I tell you all the time, they are books of teachings. They are meant to help you grow on your path and in your journey. It's a guide. It's literally a guide to show you which direction to go. But it's up to you to use your discernment. Okay? It's up to you to take the actions. It's up to you to study further what you're reading on a surface level in those books. But no, you're not starting no drama. Yep, you're not starting no drama at all. I really really strongly appreciate you for asking that question. Yes, I do. Thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Because that's something people need to talk about. That's the question people need to have more often. That's the conversation topic that people need to speak on more often. Because you got a lot of people out here that are non-believers but could believe. But a lot of people are non-believers because they don't have the right people teaching them. They don't have the right mindset of an individual guiding and teaching them in the right direction, in the right ways to study the right things. I'm telling you, listen, don't get me started. I'm telling you. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I listen, I get so hyped about God, and it's y'all just don't even know. Y'all do not know. I'm telling you. I could really teach y'all some stuff. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting on the right time to take that leap. I'm talking about when that time come, I'm jumping. That leap, it's gonna be a jump, not a leap. I can't wait to dive into it. I'm telling you. I'm just waiting for God to say, okay, now's the time. Yes. Yes. Because what people think they know, they have no idea. And then you get some that learn on a surface level and they content on that surface level, and they know you meant to grow. You meant to grow. You meant to evolve in your purpose. You're meant to. So that will require you to study further though. That will require you to learn a little bit more. That will require you to do the work. Okay. A lot of people don't like to do the work. A lot of people get lost in certain things. A lot of people don't know how to ask questions. A lot of people don't want to ask questions because they don't want to feel stupid, or they don't want to feel like they don't know anything. It's okay to ask questions. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay? We all meant to grow better. So if you don't know, you won't know. If you don't ask, you. And the studying, you studying for yourself is where, that's the process you start, where you actually start to learn God for yourself and within yourself. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's a process that you start, and God will break you all the way down to learn more. To learn more. And you're going to want to learn more and more. As you go and you really studying and growing in it, you're going to want to learn more and more. You're going to want to keep going. You're going to want to know more. You're going to want to know more. You're going to want to know more. You just going to keep going. It flow like that. It happens like that. Because you're going to start asking questions. When you start consistently doing the work and doing the studying, you're going to start asking questions. You're going to start asking God questions. God wants you to ask questions. People be like, don't question God. That's don't question God. If a person say that to you, that's a red flag. Red flag. Huge red flag. Because you're supposed to ask God questions. God wants you to ask questions. Because how you going to receive the guidance or information that you need from God if you don't ask questions? How are you going to receive the information? God wants you to ask. People that tell you don't question God, it's a red flag. Run. And then if they tell you don't question God and you be like, why not? And they can't give you an answer, oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Okay? I'm telling you. Greetings, Mike. Some questions are just to start drama in the chat. We are here without judgment. Yes. Yes. Let them know again in chat to start. We don't judge. We open conversation. We ain't here to judge nobody. And we definitely ain't gonna have no drama. Because you will be removed from the chat, baby. Hello, Koi Koi. Some people use that drama as a shield for their own insecurities. Ooh, Juggalo. I like you. Where you come from? I'm going to read what he said. Or she, I apologize. I don't know. I'm just reading it. Okay, it says, some people use that drama as a shield for their own insecurities. Okay? Yeah, I know a lot of atheists. Yeah. I got a child who's an atheist. And I don't judge them. What you believe is what you believe. We ain't gonna be praising and worshiping nothing low vibrational though. We don't do that. That I don't allow. Not around me. To each his own, do as you please, just not around me. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up, Juggalo. I appreciate you. Yeah, so we ain't here to judge, shoot. And I ain't never gonna force my faith or what I believe on nobody. I'm gonna accept you in as you are. It's just because that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. When you judge, God wants you to more so judge actions, okay? People's actions. Not who people are, the actions that people take. Good, bad, evil. Good, bad, evil. Because good is rewarded with good, bad is rewarded with bad, evil is rewarded with evil. That's how that goes. Yes, indeed, Mike. Definitely should. You silly. No. She said was working my brain. But y'all, that's a great topic to have. So we're going to have that topic. Matter of fact, let me write this down. Because we got to have that topic. We going to do that topic. Tomorrow is Monday. So for topic of discussion and insight, we're going to do that topic tomorrow. Yeah. We're going to do that topic tomorrow. So, yeah. Yep. Juggalo, I appreciate you for the topic and insight discussion for tomorrow. Yep. That's a necessary conversation that needs to be had. Because that's something that I used to ask people, and nobody could give me an answer to that either. But I talked about that last week or a couple weeks ago in regards to when I was in my forward moving, trying to move forward, and nobody could give me the answers. But one thing I learned, you already got the answers within yourself. It's the more you dig, the more you unlock. The more you grow, the more you unlock within yourself. So we gonna get into it, okay? But people don't give you, if a person doesn't tell you that when you ask them the questions that you need to grow better, and you come into them for understanding, if they don't tell you what I just said about the more you grow, the more you unlock within yourself, okay, and that you already have the answers within yourself, if they don't tell you that right off the back, and all they tell you is don't question God, or don't, there's no way to tell that, they lying. That's your red flag. So we having that conversation tomorrow. Because I remember my son, my youngest son, my 15-year-old, he was like a couple years ago, when I was living in that homeless shelter. A lot of y'all know my backstory. But when I was there, this lady that was working there, she came off, she was mean spirited. You know, she was mean spirited. Just mean spirited as hell for no reason. Right? And I knew what was going on, you know, because nobody liked the fact that I used to do tarot. And at that time, I was still doing tarot readings. So, she was just naturally mean spirited. And my son was like, Mom, can I ask her a question? And I said, I don't know. What you gonna ask her? And he was like, I just want to ask her, is she a Christian? Because she always talk about God. And I seen her with this cross. And I see all this God stuff in her office. So I'm like, oh, man. So I said, okay, if you ask, just ask her respectfully. Now, this is my child that I used to call him the preacher, because he used to love going to church. He used to love to talk about God. He'd ask anybody questions about God. He'd have this conversation with anybody, any stranger, and he loved reading the Bible. He gave me a Bible. I still got it. He gave me this book too. So I still got it. I don't get rid of nothing. When it come from the child, you keep that. That's what you hold on to. Okay? Because I'm telling you, that's what you hold on to. But yeah, he heavy all the time. So I'm like, man. So now, because he came across all these religious people who claim to be Christian and they claim to be of God, but they have mean spirits. And you know, kids pick up on them spirits quicker than adults, because they the closest thing to God. So they'll pick up on it before you do. But he asked her, he said, are you a Christian? And she was like, yes. Why you asked me that? And he was like, oh, I was just wondering. So he come back to me, he said, Mom, she really a Christian? And I was like, and he was like confused. He said, why she so mean? Why she act like that? Christians ain't supposed to act like that. And I was like, that unlocked the door right there. Because then he started asking more questions about religion, about Christianity, about the Bible, about God. So we had them conversations all the time. I'm talking about all the time. Them be the conversations that you just enjoy, you know, because you get to teach your own child about God, you know, for real, and not on the level of what you were taught growing up in church, you know. So I grew up in religion. I grew up in the church, singing, praising, dancing, working with the youth ministry, feeding the homeless. I've done it all in church. I've done it all. So it's coming from that background and really wanting and desiring to grow in God and to learn about God, and then you come across these people where you in a broken state and you dealing with all types of abuse, and you want to come out of all this hell that you in, and you trying to grow better, and you just want to learn, and you going to people, you going to pastors, you going to ministers, and they don't have the answers. And my whole thing used to be, how y'all don't have the answers, and y'all the ones sitting in the church? Why y'all ain't got the answers? Why y'all not helping me? Why y'all can't help me? So I helped myself. I started studying for myself. I started reading for myself. And like I tell you all the time, I studied multiple religions, trying to find myself, which I did. So it wasn't a bad thing. It just helped me open up my mind to multiple religions. But which also helped me open my heart to multiple religions. So I never push people away because of their religion. I never push people away because of what they believe. I will never do that, because that's not godlike. That's not godly. So people all day long will be like, oh, God this, God that. But how do you treat people? How do you treat people? It's a listen now. I got a short on my channel about that, because it pisses me off. It really does. I'm heavy on the passion for God, okay, within myself and for myself. But I'm telling you, you can't say you love God and you treat people horrible. No, I'm telling you, it's going, this world gonna be upside down very soon. When it come to religion, I'm telling you, you're gonna see a lot of religious individuals falling, falling, because they built what they built on false. It's all false. It's all false. They don't speak no truth. They don't tell the truth, and they misguiding, misteaching, misleading. So it gotta come down. It gotta come down. It's gonna come down. You're gonna start seeing it. When you start seeing all these different pastors and preachers getting caught up, going to jail, going to prison, on social media, on the news, I'm telling you, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. It's already happening. You're going to see it. I'm telling you. It's going to come down, because it got to come down. You can't play with God. You ain't no playing with God. No. No. They build these big, beautiful churches, and to each his own. You know, the more people you can draw in. But your body is the temple. The church is in you. So, you got to know that before you step in any building. But that's another topic for another day. Okay. And come on, Cameron. Tell him now what he said, or she said. God is internal. You better know it. That's why I tell y'all, get to know God for yourself and within yourself. Because you gotta know. You gotta know. Hello, Divine Direction. I appreciate you, love. My son, my youngest son, he gonna teach people about God for real. He is. He is. Before it's all said and done, I know he is. I know he is. Because his passion for it is different. And right now we're going through a process of him struggling with his faith because of certain things that take place and certain things that happen. And he look at me and he be like, Mom, he be like, you a good person. You do a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And look how people be treating you. I said, yeah, but people also don't know what I do for them. People don't know, because he done heard me pray for people. I'm talking about he know. He know. Because one thing for sure, I don't hide nothing from my sons. They know. So he be like, you just do too, you too good. And I'll be like, It's no such thing. You know, it's no such thing. It's no such thing. You're supposed to give that God love to God's people. You're supposed to pour into people. You're supposed to pour into humanity. That's what being God-like is. And you're supposed to do it with pure, genuine intentions and a good heart and an open mind. Period. That's what that is. And people don't do that. They're out here falsifying this, that, this. Their heart's fraudulent. Hearts fraudulent, minds cluttered and fraudulent, intentions fraudulent. Yeah, yeah. So, whew, I'm telling y'all, when you listen, when you speak to a person that claim they know God for themselves and within themselves. And I just posted that video about how they light gonna show up, okay? They God light is gonna show up in their face, in their eyes. You gonna see that God light. If you don't see that light, they don't have it. They move in darkness. They move in a low vibrational energy. They need to develop it, okay? Because it's in all of us. But it's like you got to do the work, internal work, to pull that God light up out of you. So everybody ain't willing to align, camera. Everybody ain't willing to be in alignment. They're not willing to do that. They're not willing to do the work. It requires you to do the work. And ain't nothing like it. It feels beautiful after you start to do the work and be consistent in it and consistently taking action. It's beautiful. You gonna love it there. it's no better feeling. You're gonna love it there. You're gonna feel unstoppable. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you nothing about God. Ain't nobody, they gonna have to match your energy. They gonna have to match your God energy. And if they don't match your God energy, they not for you. I'm telling you. With the people you engage with and the people you deal with, they gotta match your light. They gotta match your God light. They gotta match your God energy. If they don't match that, get them out your space. Get them out your face. Keep them over there. Somewhere over yonder. Okay? For real. Okay? Because you don't want that. You don't want that in your space. You don't. Yeah. Like I just said shortly, yes, Randy. Yeah. Test the spirit. Test the spirit. They gonna show you. You gonna see it. Test the spirit. Yeah. Thank you, Eric. Whew, that flesh. That Cameron, that hit a different level. That's a different level of consciousness. When you ain't eating no flesh and you have a raw diet, that's a different level of consciousness. A complete different level, I'm telling you. I think me doing fruits, vegetables, and I was vegan for 3 years, right? And me doing that, it was so easy for me because I don't like to eat. Like, and I love food. Like, I love to eat. But when I eat, it's more so I love to cook. But I don't eat. Like, I eat, but I don't eat a lot. And it's, when I found myself eating more than I used to, I'm like, something ain't right. And it felt like I had to check my spirit. I had to check myself because that didn't feel right to me because I don't eat. I eat once a day, if at all. Once a day, if at all. Because a lot of times I don't have an appetite. Like, I'm full off. Y'all know, shoot. I drink a lot of water. I drink a lot of these. I drink a lot of these. I drink a lot of water. And I don't drink juices and stuff like that. I might try something or sip on it, but that shit immediately, it immediately will make my skin itch. I'll start to break out. Yes, I intermittent fasting for sure. That's my regular. I don't believe in diets. I don't. It's a way of life. You know, some people diet, and to each his own. I don't believe in dieting. It's you choose a way of life. You choosing a way of life to better yourself, to better your health. Okay? You know how they say health is wealth? Literally. It's just a way of life that you choose better for yourself. But what unlocks in you on that level, when I was vegan, that was a different ball game for me. And I'm talking about completely vegan. No dairy, no nothing. Nothing outside of vegetables, fruits, different type of nuts, beans. I love beans. So that's always my go-to. But bean burgers, I love eating vegan. I do. I love it. My sons hate it, so it's hard to get them. I would love for them to be vegan, but it's hard. They don't like it. They hate it. They hate it. Oh, they hate it. That's good. See, I don't drink coffee. You know what? I drink tea, but I drink lemon, ginger, and peppermint tea. Um, that's it. Or if I drink like a eucalyptus tea, it'll be like in the winter time. But I like to make my own teas with my own herbs more than anything. But I mostly do that in the winter time just to keep my health in check, to keep my respiratory system in check. You know, I know my body, so I'm big on taking care of my body. Vegan lifestyle is very expensive. It's very expensive. Oh boy, let me tell you, it's very expensive. It's very expensive. You be outside pulling leaves off of trees and for a salad, baby. I'm trying to tell you. Here I come. But look, my son rushed me. Y'all, I was on here way too long than what I expected. I was literally only thinking maybe 5 minutes. We're going into an hour. And I do have some stuff to do. And my daughter getting ready to be here, so. Alright, I gotta go, y'all. We didn't do the morning mantra, but hibiscus is good too. Yes. But yeah, I'm the weird one that'll go outside and just start eating the leaves off the trees. And, you know, picking up plants and, you know, when you know what you know, you just know what you know. So, alright, y'all. We ain't do no morning mantra today because we did all of that. But I loved it. I enjoyed it, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Shout out to Gigolo for bringing that energy in here. That was necessary. Okay? That was necessary. I appreciate y'all for joining. Y'all be blessed. Nothing less. Enjoy y'all Sunday. Or whatever day of the week it is where you at. Okay? I love y'all. Be blessed. Nothing less. I'll talk to y'all in the morning. In the morning. Right, okay? I love y'all. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.